Former Chief Administrator receives National Award. Tobago in talks with CTO to find solution to sargassum seaweed issue. And the Tobagonians helped Team Tobago to achieve silver and bronze.
Info
Update,
bringing you the latest
news, views, and reviews,
along with responses
comments, and events
affecting you.
brought to you by the Information Division of the Tobago House of Assembly.
The immediate past Chief Administrator of the Tobago House of Assembly, Dr. Ellis Boris, is one of two Tobagonians honored for his contribution to public service. Dr. Boris and former Assemblyman Dr. Jefferson Davidson both received the Public Service Medal of Merit Gold during the annual Independence Awards ceremony. The Public Service Medal of Merit in gold, silver, or bronze is awarded to members of the civil and protective services and members of statutory boards and committees of other quasi-public services. The gold medal is awarded for outstanding and meritorious service. Dr. Boris has a PhD in civil engineering with a specialization in coastal engineering. He is now the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tobago Development, while Dr. Davidson is a former chairman of the Tobago House of Assembly. He held that position between 1986 and 1989. Tobago is collaborating with the Caribbean Tourism Organization, the CTO, as this island seeks to deal with the mats of seaweed washing up on the beaches bordering the Atlantic Ocean. Josanne Brassi reports.
The idea is to look at how the seaweed can be used as a marketing tool. The Chief Secretary, Orville London, says the Division of Tourism and Transportation is in discussions with the trade tourism body looking at the problem from two perspectives, managing it and marketing it.
And basically what I get from what they're saying is that, listen, sometimes when you have a natural disaster, you focus so much on the natural disaster that you actually end up underselling yourself. And therefore, while we speak to the challenges of sargassum seaweed and its impact on the beaches in Tobago and the potential impact on tourism, we must also be able to market honestly but aggressively what we have.
He said this approach takes into consideration the challenge posed by the seaweed, but also acknowledges the fact that the Caribbean remains an attractive tourism destination. Despite this natural disaster, to date, the Assembly has spent $4 million cleaning up and managing the problem. Mr. London says most of the sum was spent on equipment.
That's a challenge with nature. When nature gets annoyed, it just sweeps through anything that man can do. And so therefore, we have a responsibility, of course, to do what we can and what we must. But we also must be aware that it is a challenge that is going to be there.
The seaweed and its smell is a major concern for the public, especially those residents living in areas along the windward side of Tobago. Mr. London says the Assembly will also be doing evaluations to find out the extent to which fishermen are affected and how they can deal with the issue. I'm Josanne Brassi for InfoUpdate.
4 Tobagonian athletes helped to bring glory to Trinidad and Tobago in China. They are integral to clinching the 2 medals this country got at the IAAF Championships. Ronnie Kwao and Lalone Gordon were part of the successful men's 4x400 meter relay team that brought home silver for Trinidad and Tobago over the weekend. The team also set a national record in the process. Ronnie and Lalone partnered with Dion Lendo and Marshall Cedeno. Kellyanne Batiste and Simoy Hackett also made this island proud with their performance in the women's 4x100 meter relay. They copped bronze and also set a national record. Team Trinidad and Tobago manager Dexter Voisin said this year's IAAF Championship in Beijing was a very good meet. He said outside of the bronze and the silver, Kellyanne was one of 2 female athletes in this country who created history when she qualified for the women's 100-meter final. Her teammate Misha Liahi also progressed to the finals, making it the first time 2 women from Trinidad and Tobago progressed to the same World Championship final. Simoy also reached the semi-final round in the women's 100-meter and 200-meter events. That's it from all of us at the Department of Information. I'm Caroline Wallace, and you've been listening to Info Update.